Want to get better at Brawlhalla? You've come to the right place. Me and Odin are gonna help you go on a journey to master all the weapons so that you can finally reach Valhalla and claim all the glory. But first, we will start with the spear, arguably the most basic weapon in the game, but still does have a high skill ceiling and isn't too hard to master. So get ready, gamers.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Neutral light attack, side light attack, down light attack, neutral air attack, side air attack, down air attack, and finally, ground pound and recovery. With all the movesets out of the way, let's get into combos. So because side light attack on spear has a lot of active frames, throwing it out should be the least used move. However, when it lands, you have potential to follow up with one of 5 dodge reads to deal the most damage. The first being the obvious stand still and wait till your opponent spot dodges. Then follow up with a downlight into gravity cancel downlight jump side air, or commonly known as just double downlight. The risk reward for getting punished throwing out a grounded side light on spear is very high, as you'll notice the damage. Then there is the second dodge read combo for dodge away. Same as before, if you hit the side light and your opponent burns their dodge, act and then dash forward into double downlight. The third dodge punish is the common term known as dodge in. If your opponent dodges, instead of dashing forward, just dash backwards and hit that double downlight. Here is where you counter this if you do get hit by a side light on spear, because the other 2 ways I mentioned earlier to dodge are actually impossible for you to get the double downlighted by the spear player, which would normally result in a lot of damage. But you can dodge up and down, resulting in the spear player doing one of 2 things. If it is up, then they will need to jump, gravity cancel downlight, jump side air. And if they dodge down, they could just neutral light attack. Your safest option is usually dodging up. Now I do understand that you can dodge in like maybe top left or top right or bottom left, but that's usually rare and you are more likely to still get caught out with a dash double downlight if they try these options for whatever reason. Then there is neutral light follow-ups. If you hit a neutral light on spear, you can hit a dash light attack if your opponent dodges back. If the opponent dodges in, then in the heat of battle you probably won't have time to react, but if you do, you could follow up with a backdash neutral or side light. Movement. I've already covered this topic in a previous video, but now we will go more in depth for the specific weapon and what to actually do for playing the weapon. Specifically, in this case, the spear. You know the movesets, you know the combos. Now what do you do in neutral against an opponent you've never played against before, or on a map you're probably not even that great on? Dash around and create space between you and your opponent, not so much to the point where you're but to the point where you are conditioning the opponent to battle on your terms. Hence the saying, winning in neutral. Always neutral light attack if they're on the ledge and you're edge guarding them. Just be sure to change up the timing a little bit, I guess, to throw them off. and not be too predictable. Don't always dash throw your weapon on approach to try to get something going. What you should be practicing is chase dodging in the direction you want, because to follow up off of maybe a nair or recovery attack. Do not overcommit your edge guard by throwing out risky down air attacks consistently. Remember, your opponent has a dodge, and nowadays, that thing comes back super quickly. Moral of the story, don't overcommit, for it's not worth it, but at the same time, know when to commit, for it is worth it. Now, as for playing against the spear, that kinda obviously depends on the weapon you are playing, but not to worry. If you subscribe, I'll get to all the weapons soon. But best general advice I can give is just be aware of fast falling down airs or follow-ups off of neutral air and recovery attacks. Even just whiffing neutral lights on the ground from a spear player, they can just jump there and, well, follow up off of that. So act upon that and counter-attack that appropriately when you can. I do understand it's all well and good just to talk, and on paper this stuff that I'm talking about seems pretty obvious. That's why I will let Orion and Dusk play a few games and let Odin be the judge of their highlights of their games. And who knows, maybe they could be worthy of his spear.
No.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Another one. Another one. Another one. Another one. Another one. Another one.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Yes. I was a fool. To think you were ready.
Hey! You're unworthy of your title! You're unworthy!
Well, that was a little harsh, eh? I guess not everyone has potential. But nevertheless, if this tutorial helped you in any way, be sure to leave a like and me and Odin will catch you in the next one.
I'm not sure what I need.